you. It is common knowledge that in this business, success only comes from working together and building a strong team. Our next speakers recognise this important fact early in their career and have gone on to build one of the company's most successful distributorships by acting as true partners in every facet of their business. Please welcome two of our most energetic distributors, Giselle and John Sexsmith.
Jonathan sing for me tonight. It was a great surprise.
This is the single best convention we've ever attended. Do you agree? Isn't this the best one? I love the company's focus, their clarity. They know where they're going. It reminds me of a story many, many years ago. My wife came home one night after a meeting. It was a little late. I was looking after the 4 kids at home at that time. And she woke me up. And she was with Jerry Campisi and a dear friend of ours, and Kay Smith, another great friend of ours. And she woke me up and she said, "John, I went to this meeting and this lady said that she's going to make, with this compensation plan in Nu Skin, $100,000 a month." And she claims that I rolled over, opened up my eye, and looked at her and said, "No woman makes $100,000 a month." Well, maybe I'm a male chauvinist pig. Maybe I said that. But the next day I woke up and I said, "What happened? I mean, did you really hear somebody say that?" And she said, "Yes." She said, "I was in the audience and Kay Smith was talking and she stood up and said that she would make this type of money." I said, what happened?" So she went up immediately afterwards and introduced herself to Kay, who's very, very tall. Giselle's this size right here. And said, Did you say you were really going to make that kind of income with this business?" And she said, "Yes, I did." And Giselle looked at her and said, "Obviously you do not understand this compensation plan." And Kay looked down at Giselle and went like this, "Honey, that's your limitation." So what I'd like to do is say to Truman and to Blake, who said that we will pay out, with all my respect and so on. You said you're going to pay out at what, 1.2 billion? 1 billion you're going to pay out?
In how long?
In how long? Soon. So Giselle and I would just like to say, that's your limitation.
When I joined this business, it was after a year of saying to my husband over my dead body, "You're bringing this business to our house." And then through the time I met Claire McDermott, and I was at a meeting, and she said that this was like raising a family. And I had 4 children at home. I knew how to do that. And as I embraced the business, one day, I got very energetic about it, and I wanted to tell the world about what I knew that they didn't know. And Natalie, my daughter, my oldest daughter, at the time was 6 years old. And I was so excited about what I knew that it was my turn that week for the brownies to be the mother that brought the snack that week. And Natalie and I were in the car, and I had to stop at the bank to cash a check so that I could go to the grocery store to buy the snack to take to brownies. And when I drove to the drive teller, the teller looked at me with a pleasant smile, and I learned from Craig Tillotson that anyone that smiled ought to know. So I looked at her and I said, "Do you know about Nu Skin?" And the teller said to me, "No, what is that?" And I said, "If you give me your name and number, I will call you back and tell you, because I'm taking my daughter to brownies." And then I stopped at the supermarket and we got the snack, and I was at the cash register line, and the lady behind me, she was very kind and she smiled at me and she said, "I like your earrings." And I thought, she needs to know. So I said, "Do you know about Nu Skin?" And she said, "No." And I said, "I am running to brownies. I can't tell you. But if you give me your name and number, I'll call you back." And then as I'm going to pay the groceries, the cashier says to me, "What is Nu Skin?" And I said, "You know, I'm in a rush. I have to take Natalie to Brownies, but if you give me your name and number, I will call you back." And Natalie's 6 years old. She's walking with me to the car, and as she puts her seatbelt on, she has this worried look in her face. And I turned around, and I looked at Natalie, and I said, "Sweetheart, what's going on?" And she says, "Mommy, if you get the bank and the supermarket into Nu Skin, where are we going to put our money and buy our groceries?" Today, Natalie's here with us. Thank you, Nat. She's a first year at law. But today, I want to tell you, I am so proud to be part of the Nu Skin family. Never in the world I would have known that we were going to be able to be touched and changed the way we were. Thank you, Blake, Steve, Sandy, Clara, Craig, and Craig. You have really, Richard, you have touched our lives in a way, and all I want to do is continue to just leave this world better than we found it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Mike Smith.